Yeah, I thought it was. I thought the first set was the best we've played all season. I mean, gosh, we were clean. I thought we did every aspect of the game well, and took that into set two. I told the team set one is my favorite type of game as a coach, but set three was my favorite type of game as a spectator. I really thought we rallied, and I thought we made plays at end game, which I think was really good for us psychologically. I thought our passing was better at end game, our setting was better, and our attacking was better than what we've been doing in those situations. And I thought LSU did the same thing. I mean, I thought they got some really good kills. It just went back and forth for a while. So, that's a good win for us. I think LSU is going to continue to improve. It's a really, really athletic, physical team that has some really good pieces. So we hope we hope they do some damage in the SEC and it ends up being a good win.
Questions for anybody?
Really?
Go ahead, Joel.
Kirsten, we talked about the art of closing games yesterday, and the third set is probably as tough of a game as there is to close and rally back from. I guess, how much are you already seeing in terms of strides and in that fashion, and I guess how much more of a ceiling can there be for the closing games?
Well, I thought we saw people come in when we were really down both yesterday and today and bring a different vibe. I think Destiny did that yesterday. I think Audrey did that today. So I'm really proud of them just coming in pretty tough situations. And then I thought at the end, we just competed better. We, compete or performed better. I feel like, we kind of went through a dip, not just in two matches again, that we didn't necessarily play our best at endgame, which we did against Loyola and we did against Purdue, and I thought we did a nice job today. So, hopefully we can learn from what we, did today. I think we're figuring out kind of the vibe that we need as a team on the court. So those are all good things, and now we'll need it tomorrow. Northern Iowa is totally different than LSU, but really good.
You mentioned a necessary vibe with the team. How would you describe that?
I'd let them dive into it a little bit, but I just think a little bit more intensity. I think this is such a fun group that love each other so much that sometimes we get loose, and I think I do that. And so we talked about really just staying locked in the entire time, just keeping the intensity.
I guess that was I had a different question for you, but she mentioned the vibe of the team and figuring out what that sweet spot is. Do either of you have it? Do you understand? Can you articulate what it is?
Yeah, I feel like yesterday is when we really hit and kind of figured that out, because like the beginning of the season, all of our games was like, okay, just play with joy, like that was our big thing. Like obviously that's very important, but last night we realized like joy isn't gonna win us games. Like we need that intensity and like that fiery, like wanna go get the ball kind of mindset. And so I think we're really working to find a mix of like joy and like being happy, like, and then also like going and getting the ball and kind of having that swag and like knowing we're good and like going and taking care of like games that we should take care of.
We said like winning is joy, like like it's like like for us that really is true. And I think we have a really tight-knit group of 18 girls that really like each other and want us to do really well. And I think we're trying to find a way to, like when we're down, like, hey, do we need to be nice to each other and be like, okay, we've got this, like calm. And I think we figured out that like we're a go-get-em team and we have those personalities from top to bottom, and like that's how we respond best is when people are like, no, you need to like reach the level that we're supposed to be at. So I think we're figuring that out, and you're seeing that too. So we're getting there.
Gotcha. My initial question for you, Ellie, was passing kind of went sideways in game 3. You guys got and you're down 18-10. How did you rein it in to the level it was at the end for the last 20 or so rallies? After it seemed like it was hard to kind of get that first contact.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't do anything. I didn't pass the ball. My passers did everyone else did something. Like everyone stepped up. I think that's a confidence check right there. It's like that's a really tough position to be in, to be down by that many and to rally back. And they're a good serving team. And I think like everyone around me did such a phenomenal job at just going and getting the ball and being confident. Like Nora got served a lot at end game and she just stuck it. And everyone did a phenomenal job, I think, being confident. So I just told them to be great. So that was my job in those moments. So.
Maybe can you describe the energy in the building those last 20 rallies when you guys kind of like gave people hope that you could pull 3 out
Yeah.
instead of just go for 4.
I mean, it's just so fun. I think that's like a reminder of like why we play volleyball and like why we love to do what we do, you know? And I think our home games too, like having that crowd cheering for you is so big. Like I think we got to see that a little bit in Purdue, but it was the opposite, you know? So like we weren't the ones like they made a big play, like they would get the excitement and the energy. And so I think it's so great to like have our home crowd and like for them to get so loud and hyped up too. And I think it helps us so much. Like when you make a kill, like it's awesome, but then having them with you, it just makes it like 20